Now that, guys, were cool. Greyed out. Taught by Ricky a little bit what to go for, what to pick, what to select, and then even getting to now, am I right in saying, is it a seine net? I think it's a seine net. Net them in, bring them in. We'd had to cut back some brambles a little bit. Hella slippy inside there too. I nearly went in a couple of times, but Daz has literally now just gone back up in the back of the quad, holding on to the tub of fish to bring up, and they're going to then go through grading and selecting for orders and deliveries. Pretty cool, man. Enjoying this. This is wicked. And we got some good weather. It started to rain a little bit at the beginning, but it's picked up nice now. I'll get back to you in a bit, guys. Look at these lot. Beauties. Well, just had a bit of a feed. Blue koi, guys. Check out blue koi. For the next one, you know where to come. Nice pterodoi there. Oh, great, that's wasn't it? Yeah. So, guys, just behind us there, you can see the lake that we've got to fish. So we're going to make our way down, show you base camp before we make the summit. But yeah, apparently, did he just say there's about 450 head of carp in here?
Of course it says 200.
200, 400, whichever it may be. There's a lot of fish in this smaller area, which was in 3-4 times the size of this. But the bottom half, hopefully I'll have a wander down there and show you what they've been doing with that bit as well. I'll spin this round and let you see what we've got to be looking at for the evening. You have to excuse the wind a little bit, guys, because it has picked up a bit. But this is where we're going to be fishing. And last year they graded all this out, removed all the silt and cleaned it all out and made the pegs areas to fish from. And if you can see just down there, beyond that big tree, all that part down here has all now been cleared out and desilted and is now in the process of filling back up. And when I get 5 minutes, I'll have a wander down there and show you what's going on down there too. All these ponds are full with koi. This is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We're going to get to go around and feed them all and get to see them all coming up. The torsi in some of them, yonsai in some of us I think, and nisai in some of the others. And we've just had a bit of a walk around, but apparently they react to the quad bike, because when they come around on the quad bike they're used to the sound and come up rushing ready to being fed. So Rick says he's going to bring us down, barbecue ready to go. Everything here. Everything's here. We've got to get all this gear in and get set up.
Never have we managed to get 4 babies in one swim.
But this is my humble My humble abode for the night, ladies and gents. I shall sit here and admire my view. Check that out. Pretty damn cool, this. This is wicked. Massive thanks, Rick, because this has been brilliant so far.
See what it's like by the morning.
Oh, I don't care what it's going to be like by morning. As long as it's not lashing it down all night. And we'll be running out with bait line runners going, absolutely belting it down. I'll just kick Daz out, tell him to go land it. I'll just do the filming. Hopefully what we're going to try to do is beat his personal best. Now mine is 14 pounds 2-ish. It's the biggest mirror carpet that I've ever had. And that one in this country, that were in France. Just bit bashing. Daz, what's your PB? 23 3/4 Daz got to bit. 24 4 for pike. Come on, I beat you on the pike. I got 28. 28's my biggest pike. I didn't dare unhook it like, but it was a big fish. What?
Absolutely, can't get
Yeah, you see,
zero.
Vicky's personal best fish that she's ever caught is 0, so whatever she catches is going to be a PB. What's your best, Rick? Oh,
Cool, 39 maybe.
39. And what's the biggest that's in here that you know of? That's been
Just over 40, yeah.
just over 40. Happy days. Let's see what tonight brings. Get back to you in a bit.
Don't want to concentrate you in too
So Daz here is doing a bit of spodding. Bait up this, click it back down and over, cast it in, it impacts this point, and then it flicks the door open and your bait sprinkles all over it for your swim, which is hopefully, now it should be just between these two trees here.
What's with the hopefully? Should be.
There we go.
Textbook.
We have a nice carpet of bait out there now. But check this out, guys. 2 rods, chair, bed, Lotus biscuits, most important, breakfast, nice jacket to keep warm, another coat there, and a sleeping bag inside the bag. Daz is all geared up. Vicky is literally getting set up with Rick now. Daz's rods are ready, and then we'll be spotting another area for Daz. And then we're off quadding.
You the kids look.
This is going to be ace. Just watching Daz spodding. But this is going to be wicked, guys. But we've got bait mats, carp mats, and landing nets, and weighing scales, the whole job lot. Hopefully we're going to get some good fish. Daz is prepping coffees. Vicky's just got back from a run. Rick's doing the barbecue. And Grandad, apparently, as I keep getting referred to, is chilling, fishing. Ooh, thought we might have been into best fish then. That run, that might have been a run on Rick's. Or it was a really strong gust of wind. That's it, we're off.
We're off. We've got smoke.
We've got smoke inhalation. This particular conifer was in the way of one of the swims, so Rick decided to chop it down and we make a perfectly good barbecue and bonfire from it.
Served its purpose, hasn't it?
Damn right, yeah.
Nice hot bed in there.
Daz has got the coffees on. Oh yeah, extra ground bait for flavour.
Yes, we have to mix the powder in.
Oh, these little right, so
Yeah,
it's pre.
Powdered, yeah, latte.
Look at that. Does turn around. GKP. So the barbecue is going now, guys. All we need now to finish a perfect day is a
£40
PB. Apparently we've got £2 plus roach in here as well. I'm after one of them. I'd love to get a £2 roach as well. And if nothing else fails, I'm going to go hook a kajaku. There's nothing. Mate, that one in there, we've got the one in the shop, the one in that red kajaku. Absolutely stunning.
I've never seen one that red, vibrant
No.
before.
That was nice. I should make sure tomorrow I get it on video for you guys. That is something else.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning. Morning, guys. Welcome back to the GKP day 2. Yes, it is 6:42 in the morning. My humble abode served me well last night. Forgot to bring my chair in. It's lashed it down. Someone's getting a wet arse for the rest of the morning. Rick is literally on his second, and right now he is out there baiting up the pegs. And I'll show you how he's doing it. If you watch carefully over there somewhere, you should see some rather large splashes. There's Rick. He's on the far side of the bank.
That means he's fell in.
If there's a really big splash, yeah, he's fallen in. He's baiting up over here somewhere. There you go, just there. Rick is at this tree line, just behind these bushes. Eventful morning so far. Daz has just woken up.
Morning.
Oh, sorry, Daz. Was that proper zoomed in on your head there?
Was that a bit too close?
Yeah, that was a bit super close. Kettle's just been put on.
Morning coffee.
The morning coffee is done. Vicky is doing her makeup. There you go. It's on the distance, was it? Morning. I've got up. I've restoked the fire ready for breakfast. While everybody else is fast asleep, I thought I'd get my rods in, rebait them back up, and get them back out there. And I've got this rod in my hand. Oh, and I've got this rod in my hand. I get startled by a noise that we hadn't heard and wasn't quite sure what it was. And what it was Rick's third rod going like crazy as I pulled the fishing hook straight into my fingertip because it made me jump. Wasn't expecting it. And it was a noise that we hadn't heard all evening. But first thing this morning, it looks like they're starting to feed. They've been rolling out here a little bit, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we might get into one this morning. But look at this, guys. Looks like a bomb's dropped.
Have you checked the meteorite holes?
No meteorite holes, no. We got attacked last night from a gang of drunken hornets. 5 or 6 of them came whizzing around us. So we had to take care of them. We watched a meteorite shower in the sky, which I tried to get some pictures of, which was like Mission Impossible, but we tried. It was fun trying. But it were absolutely lovely. It rained about 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning, and everybody forgot to bring the chairs in, so everybody has got wet seats. But it's been a good fun evening. Absolutely fantastic. Loved it. Just to sit back, kick back and relax. Good company, good food from the barbecue that Rick did for us. And hopefully this morning, 1 fish each, job's a good one, and then on to the next task, where I will catch up with you guys later on. Unless obviously we get a big fish and then we're going to get it stuck in. But we did get a picture of Rick's fish. The dogs are here. There we go. Coming round to see what's for breakfast. That kettle's going to be warm, dogs, so be careful. Already on the clean-up duties. You drop anything, these dogs have had it. It's gone. They're eating it. They're like Rick's personal vacuum cleaners. And away they go. Rick's just drove round and they've literally all responded to the quad and all started gathering here in this corner. There we go, first feed of the morning. See if we get these ones coming up in this one. Yeah. Yeah, they do. There's some nice fish in there.
Yeah, it's a nice show.
The colours are popping on them, aren't they?
Yeah. Is that because of the mud pond? All bright sunbombs. Genetics, environment. Combination. The temperature's so low though for this time of year.
Yeah,
They're not.
not responding like they normally would.
We've got 6 weeks and then they'll be coming out, so they need to put on another 4 or 5 centimetres.
What age are these then?
Last year's babies, so knee size, unless you're selling them, and they can toe size. They've had their first birthday, so yeah, young knee size, so they got another 6
Good
weeks.
size.
Again though, there is the odd one, isn't there, that's still a little smaller. Just one there that's come up there, that were a
Generally,
little diddler.
fairly good.
Yeah, they're all of a good size.
Yeah,
And they're all right down just underneath here as well. You can see them all. Shit man, I nearly got real close to I nearly got real close to seeing them then. What a job, man.
The 3-year-olds are generally
Bit more fired up.
ready for it.
Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that for a view. Oh, they made short work of that lot. Gone. This one carries all the way on right down here.
This size, yeah.
And the odd few there still. Still feeding. $8.46. We're the first customers. Have a quick nose around, say hello if there's anybody in. Nice red kajaku there. Only a few in that one. These are already fired up. Now look at these prices, guys. 40 quid. These ones not for sale. 25 quid. 25 quid. Some absolute bargains. I'll stick his head in and say good morning if there's anybody in. Oh, look at this. I think some of the stuff that we were sorting out through yesterday will be coming into these to top these ones back up. £10 each. £10. More blue coin there and here than what we saw on the whole Thursday Night Live. £2 each. £2.50. £10 each. £4 each. But some of those that we graded through will be coming in here. Right guys, there's nobody in the shop. We just had a sneaky behind the scenes, have a wander around and see what we're getting up to today then. This is going to be awesome. Check out that Kajaku there. That's lovely. Lovely red Kajaku. Karashi going half in there. Oh, I just put my hand right in a massive cobweb.
Nano.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a big mirror carp in there as well. A real big mirror carp in there. And nothing in this one, some more stuff going in there today apparently. And look at that. Full blue. Shisui. And there's some big carp in here as well. I saw them yesterday when we all came up to feed. And talking of big carp, how many did you get, Daz?
I'm going to catch mine later.
Yeah, that's
I'll bait it up ready.
Yeah, we're baited up ready
One last
for a last 1 hour attempt before we go home. But I did have a run and I missed it. God damn it. I waited all flipping night for that.
Yeah, fought off hornets.
Yeah, battling with hornets, shooting stars, being invaded and everything. Camp got raided by hornets. That was some funny shit. But it was a good night. It was brilliant. Enjoyed it. Proper good barbecue, proper good laugh. Stayed up till stupid o'clock. Slept for about an hour and a half. And then I thought I'd get up first thing, get the barbecue going again. Ready for the morning breakfast to be cooked on it. I just got my bait in. Thought rebait it back up and get it back out there. And Rick's bite alarm went off, made me jump, and I pulled hook into my finger. It was the shock of the bite alarm going off.
That's why we use barbless.
Yeah, I was quite glad it was barbless, Daz, because it went pretty deep in.
Yeah.
Just a little prick. I'll get back to you in a bit. Let's check this out, guys. Imagine that for your monthly feed bill. That's some serious amount. But this is the mix.
This is just for,
2 scoops of this, 1 scoop of this.
that's just what's going in for the smaller fry today.
It's quite fine, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So it's 800 micron up to 1.5 mil.
So that covers all the sizes. And
Look at all that lot. They go through this a month.
Doing the height, yeah. It's not all. Obviously, we sell a lot of food as well, so it's not all going out
Yeah.
on the farm.
No, but yeah, you still your
That's
food
just a
bill though, isn't it?
month's
It's still a month's worth
Yeah, the
of
season
clients and farm feed. God damn.
Jeez. So it's 3 pallets coming in a month normally.
If you've got electronics and batteries involved, things really seem to get wet and
Yeah, it is. No, it's alright. It's right though, isn't it? Simple always normally works the best. We've
something basic like wind up.
just on those one of those ponds up here. There's a little koi that's been attacked by heron. You can see the beak marks where it ragged all its scales off it, but not being able to get it out because it'd gone at it through the netting. But we saw about 6 or 7 last night round here, and cormorants this morning and last night trying to land, but they were a bit spooked off by us fishing. So what Rick's going to do is he's going to employ me and Daz to fish down there every day a week to keep the cormorant and the herons away. Look at these little guys just down there. So these work on like a turn screw thing, is it these?
Yeah, so the clockwork literally just winds the belt in over 12 hours.
Ah right, so the belt driven to drive it forward. Cool.
Sometimes we'll split this so the fish aren't in one heap. So the food comes out in 2 tubes.
Look at these. They're just trialling out some new feeders as well. Dibs, 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 dibs.
So yeah, these again keep going through. So that's a sort of a mixed pond. This is all Deutsche Kahaku, Kikasui, Deutsche Ochiba.
What a wicked job this would be, Dad.
I love it when it just keeps coming more and more and more.
These are good, Dad.
Yeah.
Expensive, but good.
Yeah. Yeah, but you don't mind investing the money if it's
If it works, yeah. Ah, right, so it's 2.
This one, the same bit, so we split one feed over
Split.
2 ponds.
There you see, guys, it's got like a little conveyor belt that slides back, and as it ticks forward, it spills out left and right of each
The
pond.
right hand pond's got a greater weight of fish in, so we can bias the food to the right.
And that'll do you a full day, that
That's 12 hours.
12 hours.
Yeah. So yeah, this pond here and more, slightly bigger.
See more volume in these than this one.
Same number.
Same number.
They're just been in a couple of weeks longer, so they're a bit bigger. So they eat a bit more. These ponds will only take a kilo of food a day each, really. So once we hit that limit, we have to thin the fish down to keep them growing. So the fish get more food.
Yeah.
So we'll keep a kilo going in, but move to less fish. So we've had the heron on all these nets last night because the fish are normally waiting.
Yeah. There were a lot of them around though, weren't there?
this morning. Can't get them, just.
But it's still, they're still spooked off by
Yeah,
the
it's
predator
just
factor
like
things that's been there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the difference in size of that one. Just set some back a day or two.
No, they'll be back on the feeder now.
So they didn't hold them off that long then, that's good. He's got a lot of ponds that need going through. Daz, we're having a week off. Better book two.
Just get sun all day long, Ricky, on this side.
It's nice and warm though now, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're sort of designed, they're so shallow, so the firings are super shallow.
Yeah.
The one that's a bit low, you can see the bottom. So the sun just hits that, heats them up,
Yeah, free heating.
and then the fish generally move back down,
Get a good feed.
they come down, and then
Back
they
up there, warm up again.
spread themselves out a bit. But yeah, they're certainly shine this morning.
That's the other half of the lake down there, and this is the top half of the lake that we were fishing. And all the way around these trees all night, the herons were whizzing about and flying over. They're constantly around, weren't they? What you seen?
Squashed tomato.
Squashed tomato? Oh, yeah. Did we bring that with us?
I smuggled it in a bottle of water.
You've heard us talk about them before, guys. Squashed tomatoes. Rick's got some too. So that means Daz's koi farm must be doing really well. Actually, what are they called? What is the proper name?
Feeder and squashed tomatoes and
The squash tomato.
squashed tomatoes.
What is
It's acca.
it's an acabecco. Acabecco. That's what it is. An acabecco. The technical name, referred to by me, Daz, and everybody else in the GKP as the squash tomato. We got squash bananas.
Yeah, that's a new one for this season.
So these are some younger showers. So about that. Just going on to sort of crumb food off the live food. There's 3 ponds of showers. Out, but they're all quite young.
Didn't you used to have some types with like a squirt, like a, what do they call it when it's got like a turn, like a driving wheel that
Worm
pushes
drive.
for worm drive? Yeah. Didn't you used to have worm drive feeders? Where's them? Where did we see them?
Yeah, I remember.
Seen them somewhere.
Is that Adam Byer?
No, I don't know. I can't remember. Mate. I thought it might have been we'd seen them here on.
We have definitely seen them somewhere.
But these are the. Did you say shower then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shower.
Only about 4 weeks old maybe.
Oh right, so they.
Yeah, these are Dimri and Otriva and Kajaka.
Oh, look at that one there. That's a Kajaku. That looks like a Kajaku Achieva
nice
cross.
Achivas.
That was like a Kajaku's head, but with an Achieva body. That look cool.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, look at that coming in now.
Look at that little one, yeah. Sorry.
Look at that little one. Yeah, look at that. It's like a Achieva pattern, but with a yellow head.
Yeah.
And again, there look.
Random.
Yeah, that's nice, that is.
Yeah,
Oh,
these aren't exactly as normal. So these are the ones we've got to go through now. This pond's just
this is the one that we're
so
going for
the
them.
weight of
So we need to half this number in here again.
Yeah.
Well, not maybe select through them all again as we did yesterday, and then
Yeah, the set welding emphasis needs to be slightly different. I'll show you what we're doing. So we've got black base ones and yellow base ones in here. So the black base ones aren't keeping up, so we'll split them on varieties.
Right.
So some will come back in here.
wow,
was nice.
did you see that?
A yellow and black
And some
one.
I've got a pond up there that's not got a great weight of fish in it. So some will go up there to take the weight off, and some have been got rid of, so they go 3 different ways.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And while we're in there, if you could just trim the brambles back.
It's my job.
You're not too bad. So there's not like the one yesterday.
Yeah.
So we're going to get a station ready, guys, and get as waders on, which I think we actually left them in here last night, didn't we?
Yeah, hopefully.
How bad are we for not putting stuff away? There's me waders, our dazzers, and Vic, oh, the dazzers. There's Vicky's. Oh, at least they'll be nice and warm, won't they? If not else. It's boiling in there, man. The fish up here at the far end need feeding. Oh, look at all these fry. Tons of them. Whoa. Wow. Flipping hell. Look at the Benny on them, man.
They're really bright. They're like that Kajaku.
Yeah. It's more like, it's like an electric red, isn't
It
it?
is like a fluorescent orangey red. Like you get on a float tip.
Yeah. Ooh, flipping heck. Oh, look at that, look. This one. I'll do it. I know, they're nice out of them. Look at that here, Surrey there.
Yeah.
I thought that one was quite a decent size. That one's even bigger. Yeah. Look how deep it is though.
Massive filtration on it, isn't
And all these little fry here on crumb.
it? Who's the half piece?
I'm not sure. Right then, let's get going. Let's get good to go. Simple though, mate, isn't it? Look.
Yeah, I say to it, just dry stack them.
Yeah.
Silage liner. Yeah.
Bit of poly.
Lovely buddy.
This is awesome. We're going to go see some of Tim's pets. These are the good ones that Rick gives him to look after and grow on, and then he takes them back and he sells them on, and then he replaces his pets. Not these ones, but these ones will be in here. These are just some more that's been grown on again.
The feed has been removed.
So you get some manual feeding.
Waiting. Got Shisui in that one.
Shisui, metallic achievers. Some Arawakis. Now then, check this out, guys. Now this is a greenhouse. Wow.
The little dog shows you were doing yesterday, these are their older brothers and sisters.
From the same store.
Well, no, a year older. Wiltshire and
That's getting the soaking. Oh wow. Look at that. What's in there? Oh, that's alright.
That's the normal shower.
Yeah. You can see it's the difference of these where they're inside and where these are feeding, can't you? So what's outside, there's no reaction like that this morning, is there? But I'm guessing that would be the norm.
Yeah, where these are hand fed, they're slightly different.
There's some nice fish in there. Ooh, that Kajako were good. Red Kajako, Mike. Red Kajako. You seen it?
Oh, yeah. They are nice, those Kajaki.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Deutsch Kahaku. Deutsch shower.
Oh, that's a Deutsch shower.
That never gets old, does it? I don't care who you are, but that's always good.
Yeah. Again, these will need pinning down.
More Deutsch shower. Oh yeah, that got me good. Green face.
Yeah, it's keep it a bit cooler. Sunlight doesn't penetrate through this so much.
Yeah.
So, not hot enough. I'm going to lose that.
A lot of Deutsch showers. Right, enjoying the camera being stuck in the face, but
Tried it.
This group in here are probably going to sack every 5 days.
up the next, so that's 15 kg every 5 days.
Yeah, 5 to 7 days, depending on if Tim's in your hand feeding them 4 or 5 times a day, but he's messing about.
Okay, this is growing sweet corn, chilies, tomatoes. Is that dates? Is that a date tree?
They're quite good ones. Yeah, they are good ones.
Strawberries?
Figs.
Figs.
Cucumbers, tomatoes, chilies, peppers.
Now one of you were telling us, yesterday that he's got a tomato growing in here that he can't get his hand around, it's that big. I guess, Jesus, look at the size of them. That's some big tomatoes. Oh, and butterflies in here pollinating stuff as well. How cool is that? And if I remember rightly, I think that's cucumber plant. That's cucumber, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Chilies. and everything that he's got filtering through is using the water and stuff to grow all these. Yeah, there's 3 of them, does.
Yeah. A lot of figs.
Yeah. Nice figs. I like fig biscuits. Fig biscuits. I'm not so keen on figs, but fig biscuits I like.
I love the biscuit.
Yeah. I'm quite partial to a biscuit or two.
We have trouble with red ants. He's
On this occasion, Daz is getting the waders in, or the waders on, and we're hoping, me and Vic, to get to watch Daz slip in, because we was warned to bring several changes of clothing just in case. Let's hope that this is a just in case. That'd be funny as shit. Here we go, guys. We get to watch Daz get wet. If we stand on this rope now, it'll make it real difficult for him. Daz needs to get some practice in doing this, because come next year we're hiring a 360 digger and putting some of these in his garden. I know we've got permission to do it, his mum told me.
the same word as they come to see me this side.
Look at this. So you go all the way to the far end, come across.
That's the stuff here.
I mean, that would only be just to my ankles, that, but obviously you can see how deep it is when Daz is in there. He loves it, really. Now, this one's not as too bad, is it, for the brambles? Vicky made us de-bramble stuff yesterday.
I did not. It's too
You had to go doing this though yesterday, didn't you? You went round with the net. I was surprised to see how many were, even with them being little and clean, jumping out over the top of the net about 2 foot high.
Yeah. Just waiting to see.
And as we said the other week about jump guards, if a fish that's no more than 2 inch, 2.5 inch, maybe 3 inch in size, yesterday we're jumping 2 foot high, jumping out of this net when we did the other one up here. If a little fish like that, just think what a big fish can do. So your 6 inch jump guards, not going to do that much. If the fish really wants to go, it's going to go. That sun is beautiful, isn't it? For all those of you who are wondering what that is, I think they call that summer. And the sun, it's been a while since we've seen any of that. So what Daz is doing here, his left foot is holding the net down on the bottom, up close to the wall, while Rick goes up and round, and then they'll corral them all back down here to this corner.
Shuffle back to that little patch.
Flat bottom based in the pond, and all the way around the top, obviously the floats, but at the bottom, in exactly as many all the way around, is a little weight to keep the bottom of the net dragging across the bottom of the pond. See how slow Rick's having to walk now. It must be getting heavy, this net. How many do you reckon's in here, Rick? Roughly about the same as yesterday, 2,500?
Probably, yeah. I don't know, they're quite a bit bigger. Grown really well in this one.
Yeah, to the side.
But there's way too many again. Again, the food, you can only put a kilo of food in and 500 fish will grow up to 6 inches on a kilo of food. So it's kind of a target for the end of the month.
Look at that, I see that lump of them coming up there then.
Get every single fish out, we're just trying to
Reduce the weight numbers.
hopefully. No, if you just start taking sort of out where you are there. We'll try and keep that.
And just hold us that level for a sec.
Hey.
Trying to keep the net up out of your way, mate.
Sliding on, travelling down the bank, you get your legs.
Dad's getting his leg over.
It is quite a lot. I didn't realise how deep it was in there. There's a lot of meat under there.
There's none jumping his eye out as what they did yesterday, is there?
So you've got to basically pull the net that way to let the bag
Yes,
get the, get it under them. Yeah.
because there's a sump out there and you can't get to that end. Remove that one.
All those floats.
Bring that in.
Okay.
Bring those floats a bit more towards me again. Fair bag of fish in there somewhere. park there a sec. I'm going to start getting them out.
Bit of blanket weave.
Do some bucket runs and get them over to that cage.
Grab us a couple of those buckets, Vic. I'll get them over around here and then we can get some loaded in. You got a net?
It's all these black base ones.
Yeah. Thank you, serious.
Don't kinky it, Siri.
Oh, these are the bumblebees.
That's gobby. Hornets.
Hornets.
That's what she called
Yeah,
them.
hornets,
That's
yeah.
last night. Oh,
Yeah. New forest hornet.
Fish with a sting in its tail. Oh my god, look at that. It's silly. Look at that, guys.
Oh
That's blue.
That is blue. So we'll get him to scoop these up and then me and Vic are going to run these over to the first one on the left hand side then, yeah? Is that where we're putting them?
straight into the black cage there, yeah.
I like them.
Look at the numbers. I think we've lost quite a lot in this one. Bringing the net in. So we'll put into each bucket.
A lot more in there than what they looked.
Good to go.
NF hornets. That's what you should call them.
Sounds like a football team.
It does to me a bit. Come on. I'll grab that one, Vic. I'll take them over. Oh, maybe I won't.
On it.
She's on it.
Waiting for you.
What a nice how I like to look in fishing.
One more in there.
Yes. These are a good size.
Now we get to grade for all these guys. Look at that there. That is blue. Could have entered that, Rick. Oh, that's beautiful. And that's a nice Yasua. Well, dibs in that one. And I don't like budgies. That's pretty. Is that it? Right, well, I'll get back to you in a bit.
We found really one enough. Might think we that one.
Look at these guys. Look at them.
Give me on
Let me give you an example so you can see something up close. This. Look at that. That is beautiful.
A lot faster today, aren't they? These are also your forte.
Yeah. There's not so many grey areas with these. It's a lot easier to grade.
Keepers, keepers. Grading. Grading. All the keepers will be going into there. And all the all these are the ones that going off to mixed with yesterday's stuff, which will be grade B's, grade C's.
Yeah.
And then obviously the end one where we're taking them from. Again, same as yesterday. Daz is like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, get my eye in now with it.
Destination. that is stunning, man. Look at that. These are what we're going to be calling the New Forest Hornets. Picked by the GKP. This makes them
Picked by the
worth
hand of God.
makes them worth twice as much. So dig deep into your pockets, guys, because these are limited edition. The GKP New Forest Hornets. That one's scaled, does, yeah, because it's
Yeah, nice pattern placement.
Yeah.
Isn't it? What is for? Keeper?
Yeah, weird and wonderful.
In this book, yeah. That's nice. Mini hornet?
it's a mini hornet.
That's a
isn't it?
wasp.
No.
No, I think he's
No,
going to make it. He's a bit wobbly.
It's a bit head's a bit off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, probably keeping it a nice luster good finish.
Probably. 2 weeks. I think they're about there.
Keep that one there.
One too dark.
Quality, that's nice.
Oh yeah. I can see the white on his belly. Keep seeing ones at
Platinum there.
Yeah. I think it ought to be like monster.
Oh, just got one little bit of orange on its lip. The old Coochie Benny.
You done?
I think so, yeah.
And state. Other than that, and actually, that was just solid orange.
Yeah.
Make a nice orangey one, but it's.
Yeah, it's got a couple of little breaks in it, hasn't it? That
Just
one's
stay with the white snout.
Yes.
Does that one end up in the wrong one?
No, the big ones can go in there.
Oh, look at that. That is a fair bit bigger than the others, isn't it?
It's going to compete with them farm shooter.
Vicky's smashing through them.
Got it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Weird and wonderful.
Yeah.
That is nice.
It looks weird and wonderful.
Yeah, look at this, guys. Dykes. Another one there. That's.
Oh yeah, another shower, is it? King shower.
Look at that.
Very nice.
Very good, very nice. You like to try your buy. Go. That one all day long. See, I'm going to put that one in. You'd probably say no, but
the scale on
look at
that.
scales on that. You might say
Yeah.
no, but I think that was.
I'd buy it.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's wait for it to get bigger and we'll come back.
Yeah.
That's nice because it's scaled again and it's got some nice
Yes.
luster to it, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
See, look at that. Deutsch. Oh no, I'm going to say it's a full platinum,
Really?
but it's not. It's a
It's not
tiny,
neat, though.
tiny little. It is pretty, that, isn't it?
Hot dot dash dash.
Look at it.
Yes.
Beautiful. The luster on the skin is something else.
Yeah.
Now, right. That's going.
Yeah.
A little bit of circle of yellow around each eye, a little bit of yellow in each peck. That's a weird and wonderful. I reckon that goes. Rick's going to tell me to take that out, but I'll persuade him. Ah! That was my hand whacking off the ball.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is. It's like
Getting rid
yeah,
of
go,
it.
that's put that in. That's got to go. Maybe a weird and wonderful as opposed to I
Yeah.
don't know. It's peach, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we're about.
Yeah, I think we're about done there. I don't know, maybe. That's nice, isn't it?
Yes.
Got what? It's
Have you
got
got
the
white on the tummy.
it's got the white on the
white?
lips, a
Yeah.
bit white, nice luster.
Fish feeding round, have
What do you think to that, Rick? That being different, something weird and wonderful.
I?
Or would you reckon?
It's a platinum with yellow fins.
So it's staying in there then. What about this platinum Deutsch full? It's got a tiny little bit of tiny orange there on its head.
We'll
Probably drop off that.
probably keep it because I haven't done any straight platinums this year.
There we go. Awesome.
He's determined to get one, aren't you?
What about the peachy one we put in there? This.
Yeah, it's got enough kin ring
Yeah.
to sort of get away with.
Yeah.
I'd do that.
You've chosen wisely.
Yeah, we did. We're getting the hang of this, isn't it? I think that one might be pushing it a bit. I'll put that one in.
How much one you
Uh,
put in? Yeah, I think Rick put that one in.
Yeah, I selected it out as a special beast.
I'm guessing that's staying in there then, yeah?
No.
Special beast. That was an example of what not to pick. Is that what you said? That actually looks quite similar to the mirror carp crossers.
Yes.
The one
did
that we
actually,
got
with
with
the
the
gin
gin
rings.
rings.
Yeah.
Did you notice how he selected it as one not to pick, does?
So we got splashed.
And that's why we're here, to learn.
That's it, it is.
Every day to learn and whatever you
It was a science expert for science when it does.
It was.
That's what it was. I think it helps if I film the bucket that you're working from, Vic, doesn't it? Sorry.
No, don't do that. Don't do that then.
The Deutsch one of those, man, they're something else then. They're way better, the Deutsch
What, bumblebee?
kin.
Yeah. Deutsch skin ring
kin
series.
yeah, that's a mouthful now.
They've got
isn't
all
it?
going on, haven't they?
Or the New Forest Hornet.
The New Forest Hornets is a way better. It's way easier to say.
That's without eyes.
Yeah. That's just putting in his own prices as just in dash dash. 12-month time, Rick's going to say, what the hell is this? How did this get through? It does. Just means you can come back and buy them all, doesn't it? Right, we're going to go through a few more of these guys, make it a bit quicker so we can get a few more hands on, and we'll let you have a look at what's going on in a bit.
Be interested to see when they get
See
back
guys,
on the feeder.
this is how good Daz's koi farm is, because he can produce the finest squash tomatoes too, and Rick does as well. It's
I must
actually,
admit-
I've only got one of them.
it's actually
I
a
must say-
pretty little fish, to
Yeah, I
be
must
fair.
say it's better quality than mine.
Doits too,
Yeah.
Daz.
It's got the
That's an
luster.
improvement on yours. He's as doits. We shall, as you know, guys, when nobody's looking, what do we do with the squash tomatoes? We put them in there.
That's why I've got so many.
Yeah.
That's it, you're fired
Every
from
time
grading.
we've graded, I've sneaked one in one of his grades. Oh no, that's probably a
got one in
lie.
every
I've
pond.
probably done a good 4 or 5 in each one. It's there, guys. I think he might get kicked out though. Rick didn't look impressed.
It's the only one like it. Someone would want it, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean,
I've
yeah.
not seen one like that before.
Yeah, see.
Oh,
You,
No,
what,
that's not Doits.
do you not get them quite regularly then? What did you say that comes from the spot?
They come out the Deutsch Sankey spawners.
Yeah. I get
So,
them out
yeah.
to normal Sankey spawning, scale ones. So.
But Randy, being the useless bugger that he is, ain't produced no diets as he does.
No, he hasn't produced anything.
Maybe you just don't like the girls as with.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't
Maybe
like
just
the
very,
girls.
Very fussy.
Each to their own.
I reckon you've done that.
That one?
Go
No.
on then. Your final selection.
That's it, done.
Actually,
Bosh.
I might keep that. No, I won't.
That one?
No.
Nope.
No.
Daz is finding this hard.
Yeah.
See what we're going to do now, guys, whilst Rick's sneaking off up there. The squash tomato's going back in. Don't tell him. Just so you can see I'm telling the truth, guys. Rick is up there now. We're going to sneak it back in. Okay, it's a pretty little fish. Why ever not? So we're graded on these on size and on breed type. Some of the New Forest hornets that are bigger are going back in there with the bigger ones that we've just graded through as well. But the other ones, Rick's moving to another pond up there to give him a bit more of a size chance. Now look at this. You don't look at this. This is another one of his hornets that he's breeding. That one's actually a wasp, like, but
Wasp. I'd say. These things last night were about 50
They
times
were,
bigger,
they were.
weren't they?
I wish we'd have got one of them on film. But they were savage little bastards. You could hear their engines going on, and they were that big. You could. Buzzed in my ear. Shit me saying first time when coming near me. I wonder what the hell it was. Right, we're going to crack on. We've got more to do. Quad count, guys.
Filmed on the way up.
Yeah. Sunday, day of rest.
mixed the ones in there yesterday.
So these are where we brought the others yesterday. You can see they've got a lot of fish in here. And these are the ones all to be gone through for sizes for the B's and C's.
Shop.
And shop.
These are some of the shop.
From the pick and mix kind of stuff, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. Just keep adding to them and creating the full blend of fish. Yeah.
Look at that, there's some numbers in there, mate. Wow.
It's gone in a week.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
That'll be gone in a week.
Obviously,
Look at that.
you won't get no food, I'll be starved. You're just ready to go, basically. Pull it out. Onwards and upwards, kettle on.
Kettle on. So that was quad cam. Kettle on, pot of tea, and we'll get back to you in a bit.